Okay, so before I get started with my video, I just want to say that for those of you who don't know, on May 10th, 2025, from 1 to 4 p.m., I am having my meet and greet book signing at the Barnes& and Noble location in Atlanta, Georgia. I am so excited because I cannot wait to meet you guys. I'm a little nervous, but I cannot wait to meet y'all and hear how you feel about my book, but also just have those discussions. I mean, that's 4 hours, y'all. Like, that's a lot of time for us to kind of just talk and, like, get to know each other. Hopefully, we can take pictures. Hopefully, it'll be a vibe. It'll be fun. I know it's Barnes and Noble, but we're about to turn Barnes and Noble up, okay? In the cutest, most demure way possible, okay? We're not getting ratchet, but we're going to bring some positive energy to this space. It's going to be an event that they're never going to forget, okay? So make sure you guys are there. It is a free event. Your ticket is going to be your book, okay? So you can purchase your book on Amazon or Barnes and Noble, or you can purchase your book once you get there at the location. You guys have plenty of time to do that, so don't worry. All the information you need is in my description box. It shows you the links to where you can get it off the Barnes and Noble website or Amazon. You do not have to get your book early, but I do recommend it. You can definitely wait until you get there. But y'all, I don't know. I'm kind of feel like it could be a lot of people. I'm kind of hoping a lot of you guys show up because I would love to meet a lot of you guys at once. But maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be a quick in and out session. You can get your book, but I don't know. I would just prepare. It could be a lot of people, okay? So with that being said, I will see you guys on May 10th at Barnes and Noble, and I will put all the details on the screen so you guys have all the information that you need. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. All right, let's get into the video. Your brilliant alien-like mind has helped you shift timelines again. A big confirmation for somebody. You could have recently got a big payout that you were waiting for. It could even be a small payout. It doesn't matter. But something about finances could be significant. Something about your manifestations coming in could be very significant. That is a big way to know when you have shifted timelines. It's when you start to see your manifestations coming faster, or you start to see yourself manifest things faster. It doesn't have to be these big grand things that we're manifesting. It could be small things as well, but little things will start to happen to show you that your manifestations are coming in a lot faster, which is also going to show you that you have shifted timelines again. I feel like for a portion of you, you're doing this intentionally. I don't know if you've been watching my videos or you've been reading certain books or whatever the case may be, but something about you guys doing this intentionally is very significant because I feel like you have taken the time to train your brain and perfect like your mind powers. Okay, that's what I call them. Perfect your mind powers and perfect your manifestation skills intentionally, whether that's your own way of studying and perfecting it at home, whether this is through some type of strategy, whether this is through some type of information, again, like reading a book or watching videos like mine, but something about you intentionally deciding, okay, I have to switch my mindset, and me switching my mindset is going to help me bring things in a lot faster. You could have been someone who struggled a lot in the past with meditating specifically. Meditation is one of those things that you have to be consistent at. It's nothing that I feel like anybody can truly perfect. And I feel like the people who truly perfect meditation are like less than 1% of the people who actually meditate. But that doesn't even matter because I don't feel like meditation is about perfection. There's no perfect way to do it. The type of meditation that I'm talking about is a meditation where you listen to guided meditations or you listen to frequency music or anything of that nature. That's the type of meditation I'm talking about that you are starting to perfect and get better at, and that is helping you manifest things a lot faster. Another big way to tell that you have shifted timelines that I'm getting for a lot of you guys is your health could have started to improve drastically out of nowhere. Even if this is you exercising more, if this is you eating better things, something about you, and it's intentional. Like somebody intentionally took steps to call in this new timeline. That's how you timeline jump. You know how they always say you can't do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. Because you have come to your senses and you have realized, okay, doing the same thing I'm doing before and sitting around praying and hoping that things will happen is not going to get me what I want. It doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. You have to actually take inspired action. You have to actually set your intentions for a lot of things that you want in this life. And honestly, the journey and the steps that you take when you intentionally decide to make certain moves to progress yourself in life is really what it's about. It's not so much about the destination and you meeting the goal, it's the steps that you take in between to reach that goal that really builds character, really builds discipline. So, whoever you are, you could be really big on discipline. But honey, like your mind, your mind powers are increasing, and because you're doing that, you are shifting timelines. Someone has shifted timelines recently. Whales could be significant, the ocean could be significant, or just the color blue. I'm definitely getting something a lot to do with water. As we know, water is a very, very healing energy, substance, element, whatever you want to call it. It's something that's very healing. It's something that is very it's something that is very powerful, and it's something that honestly a lot of the world takes for granted. I know a lot of people talk about how one day we may not have water or water is going to become very scarce, which is honestly a scary thought. So let's manifest against that. Okay, we do not want that to happen, but something about water is very significant. So you can live by the water, you could be going on a trip soon, or something like that is very significant. I feel like overall somebody just feels more grounded. I made a post earlier today about touching grass and like drinking water. Like literally touching grass and putting your feet in the grass really does help ground you. I made my kids do that the other day. Like I literally was just like, all right, let's go outside, get some fresh air. No phones, no devices. We're gonna go outside. I'm about to spray y'all with this hose. Put your toes in the grass and just like be there, okay? And my daughter was just sitting there like, I don't know. So you could be somebody who's very resistant to that. Like in the past, you could have been very resistant. You could be like a fire sign, somebody who's very resistant to actually getting out there in nature. I'm not saying that fire signs are resistant to nature. I'm not saying fire signs do not love nature. It is just a confirmation. Please don't get in the comments coming for me because I said something about fire signs, okay? Nobody cares. So I said it to say, you could be somebody who is a fire sign. You do not have to be, but you could have been very resistant to in the past, like grounding yourself. Another big way that I feel like a lot of you guys are discovering that you have shifted timelines or your energy is shifting, or just this just could be a confirmation. You could start to feel more childlike. I totally resonate with that part. I said this on TikTok like a couple months ago. I think the more I heal, the more childlike I become. So if you're somebody who had a rough childhood, you didn't really get to be a kid when you were younger, you are now feeling like really childlike and like you just want to be free. You could have been somebody who was even like super introverted or a homebody. You could still be that way, but you're now in a place where you're like, okay, I want to be outside. I want to have new experiences. Like, it's almost like that energy of somebody that's like, okay, I'm about to go skydiving. Like, I want to just go do the most craziest thing ever. Or stunts. Something about stunts is significant. Maybe you're a stunt man or a stunt woman or something. Or maybe you like, what's it called? Parkour or something. Is that what it's called? But that could be very significant. Something about just adrenaline and just like, somebody just wants to go out there and do things that they never done before. Like they don't want to waste their life. They just want to go for it. So that again could be very significant. But that's what I'm getting. Like a lot of you guys are starting to tap back into your inner child because you have done the inner child healing. You're doing fun, crazy stuff. Like you're not just being this serious adult. Yeah, you are still being responsible. Just because you want to be childlike does not mean that you don't have responsibilities or you don't have to hold yourself accountable. But you're still like, okay, I just want to tap into that inner child, that inner teen, and just like let go and be free. Okay, so you can feel very freeing right now. You could feel like a bird right now. You could be seeing lots and lots of birds. You could even be seeing birds that are like in twos and threes and fours, specifically twos and fours. You could see birds. You could be driving and like birds are constantly just like flying past your window like within a second. That could be happening a lot to somebody. Or you could be seeing a lot of exotic birds. Maybe you study birds. Maybe you have a bird. Something about birds is very significant, and just being free, freedom. Something about that is very significant for somebody. But honey, like, I'm proud of you. Whoever you are, I'm proud of you. You have shifted timelines because of the intentions that you have set. Your mind is getting more brilliant. Somebody could be reading more. Somebody could be writing a book. Y'all know I love when y'all write books. Send them to me, okay? Look in my P.O. box. If you have a book or any type of business, send that to my P.O. box. You hear, Carter? Yay! Okay, that's your confirmation. Like, send it to me. I would love to read it, showcase it to on my live or whatever. But anyway, that could be very significant. Something about like you're getting smarter. You could be one of those people who just know things without even trying and studying too hard. You could have been somebody who excelled in school or certain subjects. Like, it's just certain things that you just know. It just rolls off of you. You can have a photographic memory. My daughter, she's like that. She's a Sag. Maybe you're a Sag. You don't have to be, but Sagittarius are very, very intelligent, very like whimsical and curious, things like that. My Pisces is over there giving us an amen to that. So that doesn't matter. Signs do not matter, y'all. I just like to throw that out there just for an extra confirmation for somebody. But yeah, like, you could just be becoming more brilliant. You could have just graduated from some type of program, or you're about to graduate. You could have just got a degree. I know May is coming soon. I have a family member who's about to graduate with their PhD, so shout out to him. Yeah, so something about that is very significant. You are moving up in not only your spiritual rank, but even your physical rank for some of you. And it's because of the intentions that you have set. It's because of the work that you have continued to do on yourself. That is why these things are coming in for you, because you deserve it, okay? So keep doing that, y'all. Always remember that this is a process. There are going to be moments where you feel down, where you feel up, okay? That is the cycles of life. Just make sure that your downs don't feel like you're plummeting and you're free falling in a bad way. Make sure your downs just feel like, okay, I had a little funky day, or it was just a couple hours that I didn't like. I was just really irritated today. I may have gotten a little rejection for something, but you know what? That's fine. I'm going to keep going, because that just means that that was not for me. Get into that space where you're like, okay, rejection is divine protection. If I get rejected for something, that means it's not for me. If me and a person do not work out, that means that person is not for me. It's okay to get a no. It's okay to get that email that says, unfortunately, we decided to go with other candidates. That just means it's not for you. And as frustrating as that is, you got to roll with the punches, okay? Because that's not something you can control, right? You can't force somebody to hire you. You can't force somebody to love you. You can't force people to give you a yes. So when you get those no's, make sure that you don't let it define who you are as a person. You just keep going and keep flowing, okay? Because you're a divine being and there's nothing that you cannot have. Just like I said earlier in my community tab post, I refuse to live in a lack mindset. I'm going to continue to speak positivity over my life. That does not mean that I'm not a human being, okay? Well, that's debatable. I'm just kidding. That doesn't mean that I don't have human emotions. It doesn't mean that I don't have moments where I cry or get angry or upset. It just means that I refuse to stay in that energy, because that is not my desired outcome. My desired outcome is to be abundant and wealthy and happy and at peace. And for everyone around me to be like that. For my subscribers to be like that, okay? For y'all too, not just me, for the world, okay? Like, that is my desired outcome. So I stay in that energy, okay? So I hope that helps somebody. If you need a one-on-one session, my bookings for April are wide open. Book your session. Thank you to those who have already booked my sessions. If you are a recent client of mine and you're watching this, please go leave a review, okay? I love the reviews that you guys send me. It does help me a lot. So please go leave a review. If you have any questions about becoming one of my clients, send me an email, but go ahead and look in the description box or the about section. Go to where it says booking site, and I'll be happy to tap into your beautiful energy and see what guidance that the divine has for you, okay? But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.